Hello, and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. In today's video, we'll be discussing the Wreath Crown coins and why they're so rare and valuable. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And here's the design of the Wreath Crown. You may well recognise it, as they are quite a famous denomination and style of coin. In this video, we'll have a quick look at the design and then we'll be on to the mintages and values. In terms of the design, we'll start off here with the obverse. The main feature of the obverse is of course the portrait of King George V. Here we see his uncrowned portrait facing to the left. Just under his neck we see the initials BM. This stands for Bertram McKennell, the engraver and designer of this portrait. The legend is in Latin and reads Georgius V de gratia Brit Om Rex. This translates to George V by the grace of God and King of all the Britons. Here we see the reverse of the coin, and there's a lot going on. The main feature is of course the wreath, and that's how the coin got its name, the Wreath Crown. Along the wreath we can see roses and shamrocks representing England and Scotland. In the very middle of the coin we see the crown, the St Edward's crown used for coronations. The crown is seen under the date, and in this case for this particular coin I'm showing, 1929. There is more legend outside of the wreath on this coin, in Latin once again reading Fid Def Id Imp. This translates to Defender of the Faith and Emperor of India. And at the very bottom of the coin we can see the word crown, a denomination of 5 shillings, which this coin is. This coin was designed by George Kruger Gray, and if we zoom in, we can see the initials under the word crown, KG, standing for Kruger Gray, from George Kruger Gray, who designed this coin. So there we go. That is a little about the design of the Wreath Crown, and now we'll move on to the facts, figures, mintages and values, which I'm sure you're eager to learn, as they are all rare coins. So, let's begin with the 1927 coin. This was the first year the Wreath Crowns were issued, and they were released at Christmas in proof as a collector's item for collectors back in the day. In 1927, the first year of issue, 15,030 of them were released, and today they are worth £400 in the top condition to collectors. I would just like to add, the values for all of these coins will be the value of the coin in the tip-top condition possible, and the values from reputable dealers. You may be able to get a bit of a better deal on eBay, but it is untrustworthy as there are fakes. The next year of issue was 1928. In this year, the mintage was less, only 9,034 were made, and this coin is worth £450, a little bit more as the coins were minted a little bit less. Next up is 1929, and this coin has a mintage of even less. Only 4,994 were struck back in 1929, and today they can reach prices of £500. Please feel free to comment down below if you have any Wreath Crowns in your coin collection. So then, let's move on to the next year, which is 1930. This coin had a similar mintage to the year before, with 4,847 being struck, and this coin also has a value of £500 to collectors these days. The next year was 1931, and here we see it on the left. The mintage of this coin was slightly less at 4,056, but the coin is still worth £500 as the slightly lower mintage isn't enough to change the value. Moving on to 1932, and now things are getting very expensive. This coin has a mintage of only 2,395 and is worth £650. 1933 is next, although this isn't the rarest coin from this year, as you may be aware. This coin has a mintage of 7,132 and is worth £450. The mintage has a slight increase in this year. And now for 1934. If you know about Wreath Crowns, then you'll know about this coin. With only 932 of them being made, it is worth £3,500. With a very low mintage and a very high price, this is the star of any Wreath Crown collection. Now, in the year after, 1935, George V celebrated his Silver Jubilee on the throne, and so this coin was issued. It is the Rocking Horse Crown, and over 700,000 were made, meaning that you could pick them up in good quality for only about £35. So, a break from the tradition was also a break from rare crowns. But in 1936, we were back to the rare Wreath Crowns issued at Christmas time for collectors. This was the last year made in George V's reign and ever, with only 2,573 being made. This coin is worth £650. The next year was of course George VI's coronation, and this beautiful design was put on crowns for his coronation, but once again isn't rare at all and it can be picked up for cheap prices as the Rocking Horse Crown. So there we go. Thank you for watching, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time on Bits and Bobs for some more coins. Bye!